Jack Forrest was my friend. He was one of those adolescent chums who I was sure would always be my next-door neighbor as we borrowed lawn and garden tools from each other and swapped spares in the neighborhood bowling league. We played football together until I quit early in the season. And sure enough, he also abandoned the sport in reverence and defiance. So I think he was a little confused when I returned to play basketball. It was not an easy choice for me either. I never wore shorts, and because I was so large, the little tank top jersey they provided was too tight and made my promising pecs appear to be burgeoning breasts. But by the same token, I was athletic. I was good enough to be a starter, so one afternoon the UNTOTALED freshman basketball team came over to play us, and Jack attended the game. I was hoping to do well in this particular competition because I had secured the starting forward position and I wanted to impress the coach. When I walked onto the court, in all of my chubby glory, a young student from the UNTOTALED campus yelled out, "Hey, look! A water buffalo!" There were some titters from the opposing faithful. Even though I shouldn't have, I looked around to see who was taunting me. There was this guy with a smirk on his face sitting right behind my buddy Jack. The coach whispered in my ear an exhortation to put it out of my mind, and the game began. But I didn't put it out of my mind, especially when this fellow continued to call me a water buffalo and once even generated a moo in my direction. Honestly, the thing that crossed my mind was that I didn't think the buffalo species mooed. But being a kid, the insults affected me. I dribbled a ball off my foot, missed an easy layup, and fouled the opposing team a couple times in frustration. I found myself peering over at that screamer instead of paying attention to the game. Jack just sat there quietly in front of him without moving a muscle. All at once, when the fellow yelled out his most recent insult, Jack stood up, turned around, and punched the kid in the nose. He didn't knock him out, but the guy did bleed. Jack didn't care. He just turned around, sat back down, and watched the game. It was amazing. No one stopped the action. No teacher jumped in and sent Jack off in handcuffs with the police. And the fellow who had done all the yelling stopped his taunts, never filing a lawsuit. Matter of fact, no one even talked to Jack about what he did, assuming it was a rite of passage between two young, emerging studs. I finished the game free of interference and actually scored a couple of baskets. After it was over, I thanked Jack for his assistance, but said it wasn't necessary. Jack replied, "I didn't do it for you. His squawking made my ears hurt." I smiled, because I knew he did do it for me. He was loyal, and even though loyalty can be misguided, it's a pretty powerful thing to carry around on your way to acquiring good sense.